You're currently sitting on top of 2 boxes of McDonald's pies. I had McDonald's today and no regrets. Okay, no regrets. This is a mint tea. If you don't know who I am, I'm Persephone Ola. I live in my own little pocket dimension here in this beautiful apartment, and I'm woo-woo in the sense that I see everything in energy and communicate in such a manner. So I am here to share a vision I had this morning. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a message for a lot of you out there. So if you stumble upon it, this video, it's probably for you if you resonate. What I saw in my vision, it was not something I could comprehend right away. I didn't immediately get messages from it, but before I saw this vision, I was dreaming, and I knew that the two correlated. I'm not going to tell you what my dream was because I like to keep some things private to myself, but I'll tell you the vision that I had. What was interesting about this vision is that usually when I have visions, it's not that visual. So usually when I have visions, it's like completely black, but like I know what's there. This time I actually saw like something, it was vividly there, like a dream. Probably because I had just like woken up. It did not feel like a dream. Okay, so it was definitely a vision. Hold on. Okay. So this is what I saw. I saw a mirror, like a circular mirror, in the middle of a white wall. All around the mirror, pasted on the wall, were ripped up pieces of paper, sticky notes, magazine pages. It was just scattered, all ripped up. So I'll tell you what's up. What I gathered from analyzing my dream and just whatever. And honestly, like, I've been getting chills today, so there's like a lot of confirmation around this. A lot of us are or have entered the new earth. And if you don't resonate with the term new earth, then like, gosh, that's right. Then whatever, a new life, a life that is completely foreign from what you knew, and it's a world, it's a life that vibrates at a much higher frequency, at a much higher rate. Things are faster in this less dense, more like higher energetic world. That's how I would describe that. Anyway, yeah, so where was I? I don't know. Right, I was saying like a lot of us are going or are there. But the thing is, being there, there's like a matter of working through a lot to stay there. I've noticed I've been getting a lot of like messages from the universe about how there's still some work to be done once you're there, so that you actually are there, like there to stay. Okay, so let's get into the vision, okay? The mirror represents, well, the circle itself represents a whole. In general, we are all whole and complete, but we think we're not. And so we fragment ourselves. And that's sort of like semi-represented with like the ripped up pieces of paper. But I think I should just stick to like the general, just one focus of what the message is, instead of the different subtle avenues, which is that this mirror represents a portal, because mirrors are portals. So it is representative of what is whole and complete, and a portal to this place. This place of like completion. Like you feel good here in this place. It's where you can thrive and be your best self and have your best life in this best world. And all these little ripped up pieces of paper off to the side, magazines, sticky notes, whatnot, those are the little realities of the past that we've been playing into. So stories, old stories that, like, you know, we tell ourselves, oh, this is why I'm the way I am, and blah, blah, blah. Or like you've been feeding into like people or things that like aren't representative of something that is of this new whole and complete world. So we're feeding into these fragmented realities, and that's why they're there. That's why the ripped up pieces of paper are sprinkled all over this mirror. And so maybe you're already there at the mirror, but in order to stay in the mirror, like to really fully go through this portal, you gotta like let go of the fragmented realities in which you were feeding into. Does that make sense? I feel like maybe I should give an example. Okay, well, something that might have been occurring for a lot of you is that like situations or people or things from like the past, or things that like sort of mimic the past, have been coming up. And it doesn't feel good. Okay, there's something off about it. They're coming up because those are the old realities you played into in the past. So to really like cleanse yourself a bit, they have to come up, and then you have to let them go. For example, I had a friend, well, it was like a pattern, like it has occurred before, in which I had a friend who, I guess, fed off my energy, and I allowed it. And then, you know, my spirit guides, they're pretty strict. They'll like rip people out of my life. So they were ripped out of my life. But then when they came back as like, in a way, a final test of like, have you learned your lesson? The first time around, with this one person, I don't know, I was like, oh, I miss her, and you know, I miss what we had. Again, that's a story, because this is what we had. We had a friendship in which I valued, but that's old news. That's a story that I fed into. It wasn't the present. It wasn't what was going on in the present moment. So when she came back around, I was like, I'm going to be really nice to her and send her a lot of love. See, that was an old reality. The old reality was that I had a friendship with this person. And I had let her go. But then I dipped back into that reality. The reality that I had already let go of. So it was not met with a good response, or a positive response. Me, sending this person like a lot of like love and whatever. So that was a really harsh lesson that I learned. And then it happened again with another friend. This friend was ripped out of my life. My guides were like, she ain't it, bye-bye. I was like, okay. Recently she's surfaced and she wanted to meet up. And again, like there's obvious red flags that come up, right? And it's like, are you going to heed them or are you not going to heed them? And this time I was like, I've learned my lesson, okay? This ain't going to happen. I can feel the dark energy coming off of this entire situation. So I was like, okay, I let this person know she wanted to meet up, and I let this person know. I already knew she didn't have the best intentions for the meetup, but I let her know that, I really cherished what we had in the past, and that will always live on for me, like in my memories, in my heart. But for the foreseeable future, I don't see us crossing our paths. And, I wish you well, I wish you peace, that type of thing. It was not met with a great reaction, but because I had stuck to my boundaries, which was my issue with the last friendship, I wasn't hurt, I wasn't affected. And there have been other situations, other people that have come up in the very, very recent times in which it's like, okay, are we going to continue feeding into this reality, or are we just gonna finally let it go? Because you already know it doesn't feel good. You already know there's something there that just ain't right and it's not really for you. So yeah, that was a really long explanation, wasn't it? 13 minutes, cool. It's really weird talking to a camera, like I'm talking to myself. Yeah, so the mirror vision, I think that was definitely a message for a lot of us. I don't think I just had this vision just for myself. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Okay. Sending lots and lots of love. Thank you for listening. Hope it resonates.